We are live. Let me just get everything adjusted here. Should be good, honestly. I think we're good there. How's everybody doing? Let me get this all removed. There. All right. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to another Friday night live stream. We get logged in here. Got our Gatorade for electrolytes. It's almost March. We are almost into March. It's crazy. Spring is almost here. It's around the corner. Let me see here. How's everybody doing? We get it in the chat here. Living in Vermont, how we doing? All right. Hey, Harris, how you doing, man? Harris Homestead, welcome to the channel. Thank you for putting out all the information you do on this platform. One of the most informative people on YouTube for Focus. Yeah, I appreciate that. I study what you put out just about every day. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Yeah, I've had this car for, going on over 13 years. And yeah, I've learned a lot about cars owning this car, and, done everything hands-on. Early on, like in probably 2015, in those days, I had my friend install the turbo kit and all that because I was kind of like not comfortable doing all that, and he had a lift too. And then I started doing more and more on my own as I went. And so yeah, I mean, you just can't be afraid to work on it. And YouTube is really helpful. And I try to put out the best Focus SD content out there that's informative. And it might not be the fanciest, like edit wise, but really for me, that's not what it's all about. It's not about being flashy. It's about putting out the most important information out there. Information that helps you guys build these cars reliably and make them last as long as possible so you can have the most fun while having this car. So that's what it's all about for me. And I just want to share that information with you guys. So that's kind of how it is, But I appreciate that, Harris. Thank you very much. Hey, Matthew. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I mean, my channel's, that's the thing, is like there's other YouTube channels that have done Focus ST stuff, but when it comes down to it, like, you're probably not going to find anyone on YouTube that's more diehard than I am. That's just a simple fact. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time, and I had my old YouTube channel, and it wasn't as popular. I had older videos on there from like 2012 to, it started popping off my old channel around 2021, but the problem was I ended up uploading videos of other people's cars because I was trying to put out more content of different things. And it kind of got away the main idea of the channel and my whole goal with it. And I kind of just got overwhelmed with it. And because there's a lot of like videos that weren't even in my car. And so I deleted that channel, unfortunately. I should have just deleted the videos that shouldn't have been there. But, and yeah, so I kind of just did a restart, you know what I mean? And came back better than ever. And I felt like I owed it to all the guys that were subscribed prior. And so, yeah, I just came back just doing Focus ST stuff. And obviously RS as well. There's some RS stuff in there that can be applied for sure. But yeah, I mean, yeah, so yeah, normally if you're new here, or I haven't seen your name in the chat anyways, it's always cool to see what everybody has for like a mod list. So it's pretty cool that you're sharing that. So you have a 25-660 on it, supporting mods, but you've inspired me to get the 770. Yeah, the 770 is a great turbo. I never got the chance to. I was the first one to test it out, but I never got the chance to like tune it or nothing like that. I never got it tuned, so I couldn't really see what it could do. But yeah, it's a great turbo. You know what I mean? It's worked a lot on a lot of people's different setups. I feel like it's got the best of both worlds. It spools pretty good, but it flows really well as well. So it can provide a really good power band for a lot of people. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, appreciate that. I appreciate all the channel members that are in here. Matthew Guerrero, living in Vermont, stage 3 members. You guys help move the channel forward, and all the support that I get, everything goes directly into this new build that I've been doing. Hey Jesse, how you doing, man? How you doing, buddy? How we doing? Yeah, so my biggest thing right now I'm working on is I got the cylinder head, the 4-port Ford Performance cylinder head still on the car. I'm trying to get it where, I don't know, I mean, this is the hardest part right now, is designing the Sidewinder kit. Like, where do I want the turbo? What position's gonna work? And how am I gonna get, you know what I mean? Like, I just need to have it in the perfect spot where it's gonna work and not have any issues clearing everything. So I'm trying to figure out with the stuff I have, how I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's very interesting, and it sucks because I don't know how to weld. I don't have a welder, so it's like I can't play around with that. Being here, and so I have to like go back and forth with a welder that I have, and it just kind of sucks because like I'm trying to piece this together, but I want to make sure I'm doing it properly. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy. I mean, I could show you guys here in a little bit what I'm working on. But yeah, like my idea of it. But because I'm trying to create, my end goal with this whole build is to create a blueprint for you guys. So if you ever want to do this, then this is how you could do it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's very valuable content. And so, I mean, yeah, you're not gonna find it anywhere else. You know, but fucking the Sidewinder that I'm making is a one-off Sidewinder, but the manifold is an MZR manifold, exhaust manifold. So it's like nobody's ever used the Cork Sport manifold on these cars. I didn't even know if it was gonna fit, and I did a live stream the other day. It fits, you know. I really want one of those 4-port heads, but it's hard to find one. Yeah, it is hard. Gotta go online and yeah, it'd be nice. MZR block sleeves, yeah. That's like the ultimate way to do it. Eventually, I mean, I'd like to at some point sleeve a block. It won't be this one right here. Like this is my original block, but the block that I have on there now is a spare block. But I'd like to get a MZR block and then have that one sleeved. And then, you know, have that on the sidelines. Range Rover 4-port is pretty here. Yeah, it's the Range Rover Evoque, Jaguar XF from 2012 to 2015 for both. You just have to look them up on eBay. They're going to be about $800 to $1,000, depending. They're used, obviously. The thing is if you it's crazy. You can literally flip these cylinder heads for $2,000. I've done it multiple times because I had never had a manifold to make it work. You know what I mean? Like nobody makes an exhaust manifold for this setup. So yeah, I kind of just freaking gambled at this whole deal right here. Like I didn't know if the Cork Sport manifold was even going to work. As far as like clearing the firewall, like, you know what I mean? The distance. But, yeah, it's pretty crazy, but, it's pretty cool though. I mean, you know, yeah, you can find them and, get them cleaned up, flip them for, you know, you can flip them, make money, or have it for a setup. I had a brand new one. I shouldn't have gotten rid of it. I sold it for $2,500. I had a brand new Ford Performance cylinder head. I was kind of stupid that I sold it. But it's whatever. I kind of needed the money, so it does help. When you can make money like that, sometimes it helps putting it toward these other things, you know what I mean? So, but yeah. This cylinder that I got, it looks like it's brand new now. They did such a good job. It literally, like, I'll show you guys. It looks so good. Let me see here. Let me see if I can unplug this here. I'll show you guys. It looks really good. Check this out. So, hold on a minute. So I have the V-band on there right now. You can see. I removed the plastic little bracket thing that was right here. I was holding up this fucking, what was it? This wire, which really isn't holding nothing. Anyways, it's just like a nice spare thing because it was gonna rub against my let's see, it was gonna rub up against this 45 that I would have to put here. But I'm almost thinking that I don't want to do that. that I don't want to do this 45 here. I don't know, because I feel like it's not going to be high enough. So what I'm thinking of doing, I can show you guys. So you grab one of these here, probably. Fucking A, let's see here. So I think I marked it. Let me see here. I can't do this with fucking multiple hands here. I need like freaking octopus hands. Let me see if I can do this. I'll show you guys what I'm planning to do. Like I don't know. I'm trying to make it work, and I want to get your guys' feedback. I mean, so I think I marked it. Didn't I? No, I didn't mark that one. So what I did is, so this is my idea. Is have this welded here. You guys see that? No, you can't. Fuck. Hold on. Here, hold on a second. Have this down here. If you guys coming in, like the stream, that way there it helps the algorithm. I greatly appreciate it as well. Yeah, I'll show you guys. So you can kind of see it, but see how I marked it right here? So I'm thinking of having this long radius 90 kind of angle upward, and then have this, see how I have it lined up? Have it fucking like that. And then have this piece, see where I have that line right there? Have that cut off on the end. That way there, it doesn't angle it toward the firewall, and instead it kind of straightens it out to where I can just have a nice straight piece, and then put a 90 like right or something. That's my idea of it right there for that. I don't know what else to fucking really like. I don't know how else to go about it really. I mean, I've looked at many angles of this, and it seems like that was the best, because like just I want to try to avoid having too many elbows, but it's like, really, does it really matter? Probably not, because this is a fucking 4-port cylinder head anyway. But this manifold setup eliminates scavenging, so that's a huge thing on the other cylinder heads, exhaust scavenging. So, but yeah, that's probably the plan. Kind of, I just want to raise it up, you know what I mean? Like I want to raise it up the angle, and then have it to where it's like that, maybe somewhere. I just want it, yeah, I mean, it's got to be, that's probably the best right there. I mean, it's going to be, and then have about 3-4 inch section that's straight, and then I'm going to need another like 90, long radius 90 right here. I have to get another one, put it right here, and then another straight section, and then probably another short radius to the turbo. So I got to order another long radius elbow. But see, that's the thing, is it's angling. The manifold angles this way, and that's why I bought it. It's because it angles this way, but I'm going to angle it back inward, and I got to wrap it like right here. But I want it high enough to where I can put my downpipe. Like I need a downpipe that goes like down there. So I need to be able to make that work too. So that's the thing. Like, I'm not hood dumping it. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, they did a good job cleaning this cylinder head up. Looks good. So, yeah, that's what's going on with that fucking junk. That freaking junk. See here. Let me grab my Gatorade. And yeah, so what do you guys think of that? I don't know. I think that's the best way to go about it. And then I got to figure out like where the turbo is going to be still and all that good stuff. So I ordered I finally ordered the wastegate today, and I ordered the blow off valve Turbo Smart on both of them. Special 4-part. Yeah. I have an idea of what I need to do. Harris. It's just I want to make sure it's perfect. You know what I mean? Hey Jake, how you doing, buddy? My input shaft is failing in my Fiesta. It's gonna cost a bomb to fix. Been told the full gearbox tear down. Are you shitting me? Damn, dude, that's crazy. Huh? That's nuts. Damn, dude. Input shaft is failing. Shit. Wow. Damn. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. You'll get it figured out. Other than that, how's everything going? How's everybody doing? Anybody got plans for the weekend? Did you guys check out the new video that came out tonight? It was me unboxing. It was a short video. I think it was like 6-7 minutes long. Unboxing the fucking 4-port manifold. So Lucas is working on walnut blasting and then upgrading the clutch. So as soon as he's done and all that, he's going to start on the upgrades for the turbo and fuel. Okay, cool. I'm gonna work on checking measurements for the XI. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I made the line a little bit extra longer just to see if it would fit. You might have the quick connect. I know is not going to work on the XDI pump. You're going to have to take the quick connect off on the that 90-degree quick connect. You have the straight one that goes on the line, the hard line, but on the XDI pump, it's just I think it's just like an AN fitting or something. I don't know. It'd be nice to know what exact fitting that was on the XDI, if it's an AN fitting or what. It must be, but I'm not 100%. It doesn't look like a quick connect like the OEM one. Might be cheaper to just grab a low mileage transmission, swap in from parts car or something at that point. Yeah, probably right. I'm sure that's a rare failure to have like an input shaft like that. Damn. Like what was the symptoms that you were getting for that? welcome in, CLD. Welcome in. Bunch of guys up in here tonight. Appreciate that. Keep on dropping the smashing that thumbs up, and it helps with the algorithm. And if anybody is interested in a upgraded Purge line, I have one more left for this group buy, and I can have it shipped out tomorrow. So if you want an upgraded Purge line, get it now. And then I'm making a new batch of 8 for the spring, the spring fucking group buy, basically. And yeah, so we'll be kicking off with the spring group buy. I do have more fuel lines that I can make as well. So if anybody's interested in an upgraded fuel line for their OEM high pressure fuel pump, let me know. $100 shipped out. I mean, a very cheap mod. Hell, it makes the everything look better aesthetically. It's an upgrade because the fittings, you don't have to deal with a special tool for that bullshit. And it's going to last longer. It's not going to have any problems with E85. It's made for E85 and all that good stuff. So you don't have to worry about that. And not only that, it's just so much easier to remove. I mean, literally, like, it goes on in seconds and it comes off in seconds. You don't have to worry about messing around with nonsense on the connectors for that OEM feed line. So that's one big reason why I wanted to do it, is because of the stupid special connectors that they use. It's crazy. Yes, sir. And yeah, so we just had an order on CV Fab. So it was a referral. Somebody used my code, and it was for a F-150 Raptor. So that was pretty cool. So they spent like $800 and some odd on some downpipes. And so if you end up watching the stream, I appreciate the support with that. That was awesome. You know, save you some money there. But yeah, if anybody's interested in going to CV Fab, you know, upgrading anything for their EcoBoost, whether it's the Focus ST, the F-150 2.7 or 3.5, Maverick, Ranger, you know, all those EcoBoosts. You know, if you want to save some money and support me and, you know, go directly through them, you don't have to pay taxes or shipping. Use my code BB5 at checkout and you save some money. So are you active on Facebook or any platform to talk about specifics on builds? Nah, I pretty much use this for like my live streams are pretty good for talking about stuff like that. I kind of just stay away from you know, the Facebook stuff mostly, just because it's kind of just drama filled a lot of times. You know, just people are just back and forth on there, and I don't like this. I don't want to be on Facebook all day long. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be on there answering questions for people, and you know, kind of just taking up my day. I'd rather answer questions that are, you know, like you guys on here, for example. That's why we do these Q&As. We do the live streams on Fridays, and that's why we do them. You know, nobody else is doing them, so I feel like, you know, it's a good time to do that. So, and not only that, it's just like people email me, they'll message me on Facebook, so you can get in touch with me that way as well. You know, I appreciate that, CLD. Appreciate that very much, man. We definitely tried. I definitely I don't skimp around when it comes to making parts. Like if I'm gonna make a part and sell it, I'm gonna fucking make it like how I'd put it on my car, because I don't want to have Chinese, like I say Chinese, but some of the things I got are probably made in China, but it's still like just really cheap product, you know what I mean? Like fucking I don't like to have like really cheap, like, you know what I mean? I like to have the best of the best for what I can do with it. And if I'm if I can put it on my car and I'm able to sell it, then, you know, I feel like if it can go on my car, it can go on your guys' cars, and it's just as good, you know what I mean? So for me, we're all equal here. We all have a passion. We love the Focus SD for the most part. It can be a pain in the ass sometimes to deal with, but no, definitely not. No Timu or Alibaba. No, you know. So I do get my Purge lines, like my Purge valves. I think the only thing off eBay that I actually get is the valves, but they're legit valves, because I had to source, like when I first started getting these, I had to source the fucking like where to get these things, and I paid $35 a piece for these better valves that are better than the Ford ones. They're a Hyundai Bosch, like legit genuine valve, and they're not like some $15, $10, knockoff Bosch valve. You know what I mean? So I don't use like cheap shit. Like it literally costs fucking to make 8 purge lines. It cost me just over $1,000 in parts just to make the purge lines. Like literally just like, hey, how you doing, man? JP, how you doing? But yeah, it literally cost me like just over $1,000 in parts just do that, make those for 8 of them. Lost a race to an RS5 the other day, bummed. Okay. What kind of Elsa, what kind of Focus ST you got? Like what year? Zolea lost a. I wonder what was done to the wait, so what's done to your Focus ST? Zolea. Oh, you have an Opel Corsa, no shit. That's badass. Hell yeah. You can type it all in one like sentence. You don't have to, you know what I mean, spam the chat. I don't really recommend spamming the chat too much. So I appreciate you being up in here though. No, you're good. But it's okay if you want to type like a longer, like anybody that's in here, if you want to just type a longer paragraph or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean, you can. I'll read it. It's not a big deal. It's not like we have thousands of people in here watching, you know what I'm saying? I'm full bolt on BNR6, or sitting in box, hell yeah. Cool shit. Yeah, so RS5, don't they have RS5? Isn't that like is that a V8 in that? Or is that a twin turbo V6? RS5. Or is that inline? Or is that the inline 5? How long did it take to grow my beard? Not long. Couple weeks. It's a twin turbo V6. Oh, hell yeah. My wife beat a newer 2020 Mercedes C63 AMG that has a twin twin turbo V8 pushing over 500 stock, and our last ST was a full bolt on. What? That's crazy. My wife beat a newer 2020 Mercedes. I don't eat Doritos. They're bad. Did he know he was racing? Probably not. Who knows? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I don't see like a stock turbo ST beating a 500 horsepower car, honestly. But I mean, well, it was full bolt on, but still, like, that's crazy. I know. I remember beating a diesel, like an 05 Cummins diesel, full bolt-ons, and it was like 600 horsepower, but that's a truck. You know what I'm saying? It's like 8,000-pound truck. So, and I didn't beat him by much. I literally beat him probably by like a car length and a half. So, I had 93 tune, of course, though, and I had a sport mod for a big turbo minus the big turbo, and yeah, he was pushing hard too. It was like with 4 people in it too. So, yeah, I mean that makes sense. 4 people having a full car does hurt performance for sure, and then those are probably pretty heavy. Let me look up the weight of that car. 2020 AMG C63 AMG curb weight. Yeah, I mean they weigh 3874 up to 4,200 pounds. Wait, so was this a coupe or a sedan? Was it a sedan or was it a coupe that she raced? The coupe is 4,100 pounds. The sedan is lighter. And he was an AMG but by himself alone. Oh, we had what? Yeah, I mean the 5.0 F-150, I can definitely see it. Be a Infinity G37 2 or 3 times. That's wild. Oh, sorry, I didn't read it right. 4 people in the Focus. Yeah, I didn't read the ST part. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, how much power are those things make? You said he had 500 horsepower? How do you know he had 500? He probably was the same. Like, did you talk to this person? That's crazy, though. Let me see here. Horsepower. How much horsepower do they have? 469 horsepower, 479 torque. 4.0. No, that's a 4.0 twin turbo V8. It says here. Says it's a V8. 4.0 twin turbo V8 with a 9-speed transmission. I know my car, with all like the lightweight mods I've done, my car weighs, without me in it, I'm freaking, big. I need to lose some weight. But my car weighs 2920 without me in it. So it weighs probably 3,200 with me in it, I would say. No. Yeah. 3,200, 3,180 with me in it probably. That's 3,120 with a full tank of gas. So the Focus ST doesn't weigh that much unless you have have a bunch of people in it. Because the ST2, which I had, those factory are like 3,200 pounds, something like that. I think ST1 is a little bit lighter, It's like 31 and change. But it says right here, the 2020 AMG C63 produces 469 horsepower, 479 torque. It's a 4.0 twin turbo V8, which is fucking nuts. The higher performance C63S variant increases output to 503 and 516. So if that's the one you raced, that's pretty nuts. Like, I don't even know how you beat that with stock turbo. I mean, unless this guy is fucking, you know what it could have been is like this guy was getting on it, but he was in such a high gear that he didn't make, like he wasn't making enough power to beat you probably. That could make sense. And he's probably the intercooler heating up and making all that heat, and he probably wasn't. That's the thing. It's rated for that much horsepower, but when you have a stock intercooler, you're really not making that much horsepower because you just heat soak. So he's probably making like 200 horsepower less. You know what I'm saying? Like getting into it on the highway like that. So I mean, I can see it. It's a heavier car. Yeah. 0 to 60 is 3.8 seconds. Yeah. The one loss out of 3 with the G37 was from a dig. Most of the wins with every car mentioned was various roll. Yeah, the Focus ST does so much better roll racing anyway. I don't even recommend drag racing because, for one, this is not good for the transmission, especially first, second gear. I've been through a couple second gear I've been through a couple transmissions in the early days owning this car, 2013, 14. A couple second gears later. And the reason is just literally just being stupid. Doing fucking burnouts, drag racing, nonsense, and biggest thing is this, don't do those things, and basically fucking just do a third, fourth gear pulls, you know what I mean? No shit. That's crazy. Yeah, the Focus ST, I mean, it's a fast car. With a big turbo, it just wakes it up, How do you feel about the ATP 2867 Gen 2? I would do the 86 AR for sure, 100%. Just because the turbo spools so fast anyways, you might as well just take advantage of having less back pressure and then having less heat produced from the back pressure on your cylinder head, because these cylinder heads, like I said, they can crack. So the biggest thing is just keeping as much heat off this engine as possible. Cooling mods are a big thing. The 2867 isn't going to lag. It's not a huge turbo. You know what I mean? It's honestly almost a perfect turbo. You're going to be at full boost at 3,200 RPMs, 3,000, 3,200 RPMs. You're going to start boost. It's going to start spooling up probably around, 1,800 maybe. You know what I mean? That's pretty quick. I wouldn't worry about lag at all. Same thing goes with the G25 550. Like, I always recommend the 92 AR for that turbo, and even the fucking 25 660, the 92 AR on that one. Personally, I don't like the 25 660. I think it's just mismatched, in my opinion. The turbine wheel is just way too small, and it can't really keep up with the compressor wheel too good. I feel like the G30 660 is a better match. So I would just skip the 25 series if you're going to go higher and just go G30 660. Personally, I feel like the 770, G30 770 is overall probably the best turbo for, that way there you don't have to make as much boost. It still spools pretty good. And then you just have more horsepower capability once you build the engine and all that stuff. So it's just a good longevity turbo. But the 2867, yeah, I mean, the 86 AR all day long for sure. Yeah. Excellent for drag racing to hold up better on a Quafe set. I would get, honestly, oh, the sequential transmission. Yeah, those are badass. Yeah. I mean, the best tire package you can do on these cars is you have to go with a smaller brake setup. Get 16-inch wheels and put some fucking Hoosiers on it or some shit. Like some Hoosier QuickTime Pros. You know what I mean? That's what I had. And yeah, I can put 16s on mine because I have an early 13. But if you put the early 2013 brakes on, you can fit 16-inch wheels. You know, it's pretty tight. You know, between the caliper and the wheel. I mean, it's half-inch, but it fits. But yeah. Yeah, the that Quafe's sequential transmission is pretty badass. Like that's the way to go right there, for sure. I mean, if I had like unlimited money where I could like build the ultimate build, it obviously I would have that transmission, you know, the 5-speed sequential transmission. I would have I would have a billet block. I'd have a billet cylinder head based around that, you know, the TI VCT flex fuel cylinder head. And then I'd have it ported out to, you know, have some cams put on it, and then, you know, do like a sidewinder on that, and yeah, make like 600 horsepower. I still wouldn't make a lot. I wouldn't want to make a lot of horsepower. Like I'm just not a fan of really pushing these cars that far. I like to just make cool setups. You know what I mean? Like I just want to do different setups, you know, and make decent power. I don't need a shit ton of horsepower to prove a point. You know what I mean? I don't need to do that. Yeah, yeah. It's the billet block is definitely, it's like 10 grand. So, but Esslinger, I mean, he's great. He makes a lot of great shit. So no, he's got a really nice. That's another thing. He's got that billet crankshaft. You can do a 2.6 with it if you want to do. It's like pretty insane. But yeah, I just don't have, like, for me, like, I'd love to break records and shit like that, but it's like honestly, I don't have the fucking money to do that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a normal person. Like, I don't have fucking the backing to do all that. You know what I mean? I just don't have the backing to do all that. You know, honestly, I just like having fun. I don't really want to just keep breaking shit and repairing shit all the time. My car's a street car. Hey, Sinister, how you doing, man? But yeah, my car has always just been a street car and just having fun with it. You know what I mean? It's just never been my daily. Like, my Focus ST has just always been a summer car. Like, I never drove it in the wintertime, none of that nonsense. You know, it's only got 57,000 miles and I've had it since 2012. So it doesn't have a lot of miles on it. What I'm kind of worried about for like future stuff is like, what am I going to do in like 15, 20 years when I have to replace the ECU? Or what if fucking, you know, the steering rack goes bad? Like, how am I going to replace that if they don't have them anymore? I might have to have a manual steering rack custom made or some shit. Michael, how you doing, man? Stuff like that, man. It's just I gotta have something. Eventually, I'm gonna have to have some shit figured out for future proofing this car. And I'm starting to do a little by little. I got a billet manifold for the coolant on the cylinder head, so I don't have to ever worry about replacing that ever again, because the fucking plastic one is trash. It can break, crack. So we're good there. I think I'm gonna get a timing cover that's made of billet aluminum. I think I want to get one designed because no one has one. So good luck. I can relate to that. It'll take years of savings to get where I want. But sentimental, as we've had 3 months so far, stories. This one will be one to keep and building kids. Yeah. What's good? What's good? What the fuck is good, Dad? I went with the Arc Fab external wastegate manifold, 38 millimeter tile. What the fuck? Why'd you go with a smaller tile? You didn't want to go with a 44? That's interesting. I'm surprised you went small. I'm bringing the car to Florida. Do you feel an oil cooler is recommended, or so you think stock with CP is good? I would say go with just a colder thermostat. Since you run the OEM fucking oil cooler, just go with a colder thermostat. It'll keep your coolant cooler, and then it'll also regulate your oil. I'd try that first. Go to Rock Auto and get the fucking Koyorad. No, not Koyorad. That's the radiator. Motorrad. Motorrad 160 thermostat. It's under the coolant, engine coolant. You can find it. Just go under. Look up 2013 Ford Focus 2.0 turbo, and go under engine coolant and all that. And yeah, so yeah, that's the thing though. The billet valve cover is just way too expensive from EMS. I mean, that's just fucking. It's way overpriced in my opinion. They look good, but it's like, man, that's just like way too much. And I don't like the fact, okay, so this is another problem. The reason why I will not buy their billet cover is because it does not have the OEM, it doesn't reuse the OEM design for the fucking oil cap. Like, I want to retain that because I want my valve cover breather back on there. I don't want to just not run the valve cover breather. I want the OEM design, and they don't have that. They use some other nonsense, and I don't like that. I feel like if you're gonna make some shit like that, then yeah, make improvements, but don't fuck the design up for like a basic fucking thing like that. You know what I mean? Like, keep the original design of the, cap, the oil cap, for God's sakes. Some people want to retain that. Hey, I got a question for you. 2013, guys. Yeah, that would be sick. Yeah. So. Let's see here. What's the difference between the 13 and 14? Suspension? It's the fucking what is it? The Purge or something? Something they changed with the fucking somewheres. I know it's got different brakes, but it's something to do with the fucking what the hell they call that? It's like a perch or something to do with the fucking. I don't think it has to do with the bump stop. It's something to do with the design of it. I don't know why they changed it. But I know what you're saying. But that being said, you can go back and forth. You can run like for a 13, you can run a 14 on a 13. They all interchange with each other. You just have to make sure that you run Like if you're going to go 14 or 15, just make sure you do the whole thing. You know what I mean? That's really the only difference. The ride height is the same. It's something to do with like the fucking, no, I don't think it's the bump stop. It's got to be like some sort of perch. They call it, I forgot what it was. It's been so long since I've looked into that. But I think it's got to do with something with the like the coil design. But it's nothing special. Like I don't even know why they would have done it. I think that they may have a billet valve cover used for. No, it's not a billet one. They just use. I don't know about theirs, but I know with those engine builds that they do, the 2.5 kilobuilt, they just get those eBay fucking valve covers. That's what, those red ones there that are on eBay. That's all they're doing is just getting those. They're just regular fucking aluminum fucking valve covers that are fucking trash, in my opinion. But I mean, they're cool, but it's like I'd rather have something like fucking more durable personally. But and honestly, I honestly don't mind the plastic valve cover. Like it doesn't retain heat. Stays cool, in my opinion. Should be a little cheaper, and they're basically aluminum cover. Yeah. Best coilovers. I like my ISC street coilovers. The ISCs. They're made in New Hampshire. I mean, for the money, like what, $800-900? I've had mine since what, 2021. I haven't had a problem with them. But personally, if I were going to do it again, I wouldn't even get coilovers. I would get like some Bilstein B8s and like Eibach springs and just do it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, or just get the fucking Mountain Tune, overpriced fucking Mountain Tune kit because it's all assembled for you. You know what I mean? EMS is tuning the car. He said to go with 38. 38 what? Wait, what? Go with 38? What do you mean 38? I'm confused. What do you mean? Go with the 38. Oh, his wastegate. Yeah, okay. Really? They said to go 38? That's kind of weird. You see, the reason why, okay. The 38 is good for higher boost pressure. I think that's how it is. It's good for higher boost pressure control, but the problem is it creates more back pressure because it can't relieve enough of it. Where the higher the tile, like the 44 wastegates, those bigger ones usually are good for anything over 500 is usually when you want to go to the bigger ones over 500 horsepower. Because you have more wastegate control. You know, you can control the boost better with the bigger wastegate. That's really the whole idea of it. Because with the smaller wastegate, you would have a harder time controlling boost. I think the way it goes from what I know is when you have a smaller wastegate like that, when the higher the boost you go, the harder it is to control because it's smaller and it creates more back pressure. Especially if you have a bigger AR on the turbine side, because you could have boost creep. With a bigger wastegate, that's why you would want it to prevent boost creep on a bigger turbo. So it just gives you better control. So I don't know. I mean, for me, I don't really listen to the tuners. I just go by what I know personally, but I mean, it's not a big deal running a 38. Like I've ran a 38 millimeter before. Believe it or not, if you wanted to do this, you could actually go with the Turbo Smart Comp 40, and it actually bolts onto the tile flange. So you can kind of benefit from that. A little bit more flow. It kind of gives you the best of both worlds. So if you go to the Comp 40 Turbo Smart and then put a like a 17-pound spring in it, you'll be pretty good. So that's what I would do personally. But good shit. 8 likes. Come on, boys. Let's get the likes up. Get the fucking... Pump those likes up, boys. Pump them up. We got 8 likes. We should be able to get 10 here pretty soon. You guys drop the likes and we'll get more people up in here. It definitely does help. Like, the more likes that we have, I've noticed we get more, and sometimes we get new people up in here. You know what I mean? Like, we always have different faces or different people, different names in here. It's always nice to meet new people, and you know what I mean? So, yeah. You can run, so CLD, you can put a Turbo Smart Comp 40 wastegate 40 millimeter on that setup is what I'm saying. You can do that if you want to go a little bit bigger. You could. I'm just saying, like, that's an option. It'll directly bolt on. I've done it, so that's just, you know what I mean. But that's the biggest you can go for that setup, a 40 millimeter. So it gives you just 2 more millimeter worth of flow, but hey, whatever, 2 more millimeter is 2 more. So if you ever needed it, you know. But the Turbo Smart wastegates, they flow so well. They're kind of crazy, but I got a used one that they tested, so I got a deal on it. It's a 45 Turbo Smart millimeter, 45 millimeter. It works with the Tile 44, so it's interchangeable. But yeah. I should order some fucking... I'm gonna have to order some more stainless for my Sidewinder. How you doing, Yeti? ST, how you doing, man? How we doing? Any plans for the weekend? Long time no see. Chilling, yeah? It's good to see the OG crew back in here. I haven't seen Javin in a while. Good old Javin. I wonder what the hell he's been up to. Haven't seen him in a while. I'm gonna be making I gotta make a new video series too. So I made that video series. Well, it's not really a video series. It's just a video. So the best, what is it? No. What was it called? Top 5 must-do mods or some shit like that. Is that what it's called? The top 5 must-do mods, right? Yeah, so I made a video, came out in February. It's called Focus ST Top 5 Must-Do Mods. So I want to make another video, but it's going to be the opposite. So it's going to be Focus SD top 5 mods that you must not do, or some shit like that. Is that what I was going to say? I was going to call it must not do mods. Yeah, must not do mods or something. Mods you must not do, or it's something like that. I have it labeled. I already have a whole thumbnail made for it. I just forgot what it was going to be called. It's the opposite, basically, of must do. So, but I'm going to do a top 5 of that. Like basically the mods that you should not do for the SD. So I haven't done nothing like that really. Just like specifically something that you should not do. You know. And then I have another idea. I do have a list right here. Where is it? Playlist. Yeah, so I was thinking of doing something. Focus SD best non-performance exterior and interior mods. Like 2026 edition, basically. So something like that I was thinking of doing. You know, some ideas right there. That was the one idea as well. I was thinking of doing that. So I think that would fill up a lot of 2026. So we could do like part 1, 2, or whatever, like a video. Or even a short. We can actually, honestly, we could just do shorts on that. Like a whole shorts thing on there, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I have some ideas. Hey Fusa, how you doing, man? Hey man, leak is completely gone on the shift tower. Thanks for all the help. You used that gasket you recommended, worked great. Oh yeah, dude. So it healed up, or it's fucking basically you sealed it and it's fucking all good to go, and it's all cured is what I wanted to say, not healed up. It's all cured. So hell yeah, man. I have a question. 2014 ST3 with Sync 2. Yeah, I have Sync 2 as well. Not looking to upgrade to Sync 3. Don't blame you. I want to put a reverse camera to work with OEM screen. I ordered a T-harness. Do I have to enable it in Forescan? I'm not sure, honestly. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I would assume that's probably how you'd have to do it, right? I mean, you probably would know more about that than I would. I mean, I would say I've never really looked into upgrading to that, so I never really cared. You know, I don't use my radio a whole lot. But yeah, I mean, I'd say, you know, Michael Good looks like he's done the research on it. You all good to go cured and grow great, no leaks anywhere. We got top seals and it's so small, it's almost an unnoticeable, so I'm not sure worried about. Yeah, I'm wondering about that top seal though. Like, wonder how you can do something with that. There's gotta be a way. Top 5 mods to avoid. Yeah, that's a good name right there. Yeah, that's a good. I like that. Top 5 mods to avoid. Yeah. Working on upgrading Sync 2 to Sync 3 soon. We can't do Sync 4, right? We can't do Sync 4 in ours? Because I know there's Sync 4, but it's like, I don't think we can do Sync 4. He used Permatex Ultra Gray for the shift tower, but the top, there's still like, it's just leaking a little bit. I don't know. That's crazy that's leaking still on the top though. I don't even know how it could like get up there. I guess it splashes up there somehow, but that's kind of worrisome for me. It's just like, okay, how the fuck? I posted in some of the groups on Facebook, and some of the reputable people in there were baffled, never had seen it before. Yeah, honestly, like, oh yeah, I've never seen it like with that. I mean, I know resealing it, like I mentioned to you, is a common thing, but as far as like the very top goes, I don't know how you would even like rebuild that. I think you'd have to. Is there a way to even tear that apart? I don't even know. I don't even know if you can rip it out or not. Yeah, I do. I like the rear diffuser that they have. I miss. Okay, I think the only rear diffuser I'd ever actually put on, like a legit diffuser, would be the Varus diffuser. Remember that one, the Varus? So you got the hood vents, which I have, the Varus hood vents, and they still have the front splitter, but they used to make. They were the. I think that was my favorite legit actual like rear diffuser, because it actually covered, like it was actually like a whole legit setup with downforce and everything, because it covered the rear section to where the air would just pass underneath instead of like creating turbulence in the back of the bumper and shit like that. You know what I mean? Um, oh no shit, that's what you did. Hell yeah. So you had that same problem, Harris? That's kind of crazy. If I could throw in a picture, I would, but yeah, unfortunately, it's YouTube, you know. Tiny little blue O-ring at the very top, the tower where a shift arm connects to the tower. I wonder if there's a. I wonder if you could replace that O-ring. You know what I mean? Just get like another high temperature O-ring. There's gotta be something you can do that. With the maximum rear valence, just learned. Yeah, yeah, it's but it doesn't have the dual thing. It's like for the center. Yeah, it's the RS, like it's the old, it's like the RS style. I do like that. I don't think it'd work with my setup though, my car, because my I don't know, maybe somebody can confirm that. But hey man, hey Boosted, how you doing? How you feeling? Long time no see. Glad to see you up in here. Um, I have 4.5-inch tips, MBRP tips on my car, so I feel like they wouldn't clear that fucking bumper, like the center cutout for the maxed in rear valence. O-ring would 100% fix the car, but I'm not sure how to remove or install it. You know what you could do, Fusaw? Contact who's that fucking guy that works on the transmissions? He's in Florida. Is it let me look it up on Google. He might know how to do that. Like just like maybe he can give you some pointers. Is it Jack's Transmissions? There's Jack's and there's the other one. Oh no, that's Colorado. He's in Colorado. It's the other guy. There's Jack's and then there's the other guy. Who's the other guy? Colby Clark. Yeah, Colby Clark. Um, Contact him and then ask him what you could do to fix that part. Like he must know. He works for a Ford dealership, so he gets like discounts on the transmissions. So he's got it made. Seat facelift model. Probably, I'm sure. I'm sure somebody has, right? Are you talking about the MK3, like swap out for MK3, right? Like from ST MK3 to RS MK3. Ben's in PA, I think. I don't know about Ben. I never heard of him. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I think, but Sinister, the MBRP kit comes with 3.5-inch tips. Mine are 4.5. So I don't know if you do you have 4.5-inch tips? Because mine are bigger. I got mine separately. Like I ordered them separate to go bigger. They didn't come with a kit. I think Fusaw, he sealed it or something. I don't know. I think he sealed it with silicone. Hell yeah, we got 11 likes. Keep dropping some likes and we'll get more people up in here. That's awesome. It's been a great stream. Not on that specifically, but I've been replaced small rings. Yeah, that makes sense. I know you can replace that stupid O-ring for the, the coolant heater line. The heater hose that feeds into the firewall there. Because those are known to fail. The stupid fucking connection there, the O-ring. I just deleted mine. I'm not even gonna deal with that nonsense anymore. So I don't even have to worry about it. I won't have any heat, but whatever. I don't give a fuck. For now, I don't really care. So eventually I might I'll hook up some hoses to it, and just kind of rig something up maybe. But honestly, I might, for now, on this setup I currently have, I'm just going to have no heater hoses. So, and I'm going with a forward edge oil adapter for the, for the oil filter. Well, it's not really an adapter. It's a housing. It's the oil filter housing, but it doesn't have the fucking cooling for the oil cooler. So yeah, but yeah, Colby Clark is a good guy. He's a good shit. Shit. I've still been having a cough, like just freaking coughing. And I'm not really sick, but it's just Gatorade actually helps my throat. The Gatorade, so drink a couple Gatorades in a day. Yeah, he's a good shit. I was gonna bring this spare transmission I have and have him like fucking mess around with it, but I never got the chance to do it, unfortunately. Anybody else? So we got 12 people watching, and we have 11 likes. If anybody that's in here that hasn't dropped a like yet, smash the thumbs up button, and it just helps the YouTube algorithm. It literally will help, and it'll basically notify other people that are searching for Focus SD stuff. They'll see that we're live, and then they'll come up in here and fucking so they'll come up in here and see we're live, and we can get new people up in here. And we've had a bunch of different people up in here, and I appreciate that, Sinister. So 13 likes. Hell yeah, we just went up 2 more. Someone said it could be the trans vent, so I cleaned it out. You know what's weird is mine doesn't have a transmission vent. I think it's crazy. You guys the newer ones have transmission vents. Mine doesn't have that. I think that's where that fill port is. Like there's that extra plug on the top. That's where I fill my transmission up. I think that's where you guys vent on the newer models. You have a little vent, a little plastic fucking dangle fucking thing for venting. I don't know. How does shit not like get inside and like, you know what I mean, contaminate it? I don't know how that works, but mine doesn't have a vent on it as far as I know. I don't see, because I know the facelift, I saw that and it has that little stupid thing. Mine doesn't have that. So I don't know. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I mean my car didn't come with a restrictor in the line either, so yeah, I mean I can show you guys, mine literally doesn't have a vent. It doesn't have that fucking piece. Mine has a fill port at the top and a trans vent. It's a tiny little black box that is on the shift tower with a filter. Yeah, mine doesn't have that. I don't have that. I can literally show you. It doesn't have it. Like I'll show you guys. It's good to stand up a little bit and fucking chill out. Anyway, let's see here. So let's turn the light on. So that's the fucking clutch line, which by the way, this is not the OEM one. This is a newer one, so it's got the restrictor in it. So I got rid of my older one, my original one. But yeah, mine doesn't have any venting bullshit, so there's nothing there. So yeah, nothing. But yeah, I mean, I do have the upgraded bushings, which I highly recommend. Definitely recommend upgrading those. It's definitely a must. So for sure. Anybody that hasn't seen this yet, check it out. Isn't it a beaut or what? So it'd be cool if I could mount the fucking turbo like fucking where I could have had it. But fucking mount it like right there. That'd be pretty cool too, but it'd be too yeah. Can't do it there. It's too close. Because I need to have room for the downpipe to go in there. So the turbo is going to have to sit like right here. It's going to have to sit here and then have the downpipe go that way or something. Or down in here. You know what I mean? Somewhere in that direction for sure. But yeah, so that's going to work in progress right now. It's work in progress for all that. But yeah, I'm gonna repaint this. You can kind of see how it's kind of fading away there. But yeah. So this so anyone that doesn't know, obviously this is a Ford Performance individual 4-port cylinder head, and it's got upgraded valves in it. So it's got higher flowing valves. The cylinder head was basically not ported, but it was like the pockets were cleaned out to open up the flow, kind of match things up with the flow and everything like that. But as far as like porting this out, you don't have to do it. I mean, it probably would help, probably to narrow this up some. But honestly, you don't have to do it. So, but yeah. So, but this is where I literally fill my transmission up right here. See this plug right here? So that's where I fill it. I have a little funnel stick in there, or not a funnel, but I have a funnel, but it's like I have a long line that connects to it, and then I use my funnel and I just fill 2 quarts in there and she's good to go. So, yeah. But as far as the engine, there's nothing, this engine is like not built yet. It has nothing in it. It's literally nothing in it. We're just test fitting everything right now. So, the engine's going to get built, I would say, in another month and a half. You know, not really in a rush for it, honestly. I just want to get this to work before I build the engine. I want to make sure I can get the turbo where I need it. And then we can start working on, because if I can't get the turbo where I need it, it's like, okay, well, which I am gonna get it to work. There's no doubt. But worst case scenario, then I would have to not run this cylinder head. But so like right now, it's not even like torqued down, nothing crazy. So everything's just here to test. So yeah. So that's what's going on right there. Kind of update for everyone. And yeah. So fucking A. Got this cough, it just lingers. Lingering cough. So it's crazy. Well, that's all right. Let's go up more like that. There we go. There we go. Let me see here. Mine is a little, okay. My trans out of a 2015, 2018 car, OEM shift arm. Yeah, that is the OEM shift arm. Yep. Is that the top up? Is that the UPR? Yeah, that's definitely, yeah, that's the UPR one I have. Yep. The newer UPRs, they don't have the filter. So that's metal. The top is metal. Then they changed them, which is not really a big deal, because honestly, you could change that filter out for a metal one like that. Honestly, that's not like their brand filter anyway. It's just the design of the fucking actual thing itself, the whole, breather and all that. But as far as the filter goes, so they switched to like a cheaper, like plastic gel material for the top of the cover of the filter. But personally, it really doesn't matter. It's still a really great product. Other than that, like nothing else changed. It still does a great job. It's the best valve cover breather out there. Yeah, it definitely recommend it for crankcase pressure. It helps. The best way to do it is have that, and then have the secondary, like have a radium PCV breather plate, and then on the secondary port, so like right here. So right here, you see this radium PCV plate. So this is your main one right here. This is my -10. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. This is my -10 port right here. So this is what I use to release extra crankcase pressure, and I have it going to a catch can, and I have a check valve that's one way, so it releases crankcase pressure into a catch can that has a filter on it, and then there's no return. So I have the other outlet capped off. So you just get like a -10 cap. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the ultimate breather setup. Kind of a combination. So these are silicone right here. This is a silicone hose here, which I will not be using. That's gonna be interesting because I ain't gonna be able to. I'm not gonna use. Wait a minute. So that there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out something there. I just realized that, okay, so this has that coolant line that goes here. So I'm gonna have to figure out something for this because I'm not gonna have this oil cooler anymore. So I gotta figure something out. I don't know. Wait, is there any kind of pedestal for turbo to sit on? I don't know what you mean exactly. I mean, I don't think so, no. I never really seen anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm just like Sinister. I'm curious on like what would you mean by like a pedestal for a turbo? Like exactly. Like what do you mean by that? Like give me an idea. For your sidewire. Oh yeah, like something to kind of absorb the weight. Yeah, I should have something for sure made up. So like a brace. Yeah, a brace bracket. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta figure that out too. Like, I am using 16 gauge Schedule 40 stainless, but I am kind of worried about the welds holding up because of the weight. I am a little bit worried, but that turbo. Okay, I'm not worried about the manifold. The manifold is fucking cast stainless steel, so that's not going to have a problem. What I am worried about is obviously the welds, the integrity of the welds. Obviously, we're going to have the welds back purged to make sure that that's going to be good. As long as they're back purged, and then I feel like that will definitely help. The turbo doesn't weigh a lot. I mean, I'll be honest, that precision turbo is doesn't weigh as much as my G35 900 did. Don't really like that turbo is pretty light. So if anything, like I'd be more worried about having a G35 900 Garrett on there because those things are heavier. Like that's a heavy turbo. This precision turbo, I mean, I'll weigh it. I don't know. Hey Laura, if you're listening, can you bring out the scale from the house inside to the garage? I just want to weigh that turbo, see how much it weighs. I think it's like 18 pounds or something. I mean, 18 pounds isn't a whole lot, is it? I mean, then you got the wastegate, but the wastegate's like a fucking pound. You got to also, okay, so you got to kind of think of it this way too. If I have a downpipe, that kind of serves as holding up the turbo, in a sense. If you have a dump out the hood, then you don't have it really braced up. But if you have a downpipe, like if I have it connected to my downpipe, my turbo, to my exhaust, that's kind of serving as the brace itself right there, if you think about it. So technically I wouldn't need one because that's literally holding a lot of the weight up as well. It's 3-inch. So that should, honestly, it should be fine. I mean, right? I mean, if you think about it, I just literally I got thinking, I'm like, well, wait a minute, the downpipe's going to literally hold the turbo's weight up, I think. I mean, you know what I mean? It's going to help alleviate the pressure on the Sidewinder for sure. But yeah, I mean, if you have a Sidewinder turbo, most of them don't have braces. And a lot of them dump out the hood. So if you have a downpipe, because what I plan on doing, I'm going to get a CV Fab downpipe and literally cut the end off and then like have an extension with a V-band off that. I'm going to have it extended off that, and it's going to go right to the turbo. That's my plan. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty badass. I want it to work out. I'm going to get the main inlet piping and the wastegate where I want it, and then I'm going to work on doing the downpipe part of it. So I got to order the downpipe. I'll probably end up doing that next month. I'll order the downpipe next month and work on. I almost feel like the downpipe portion might not be as hard as what I'm doing now. As crazy as it sounds. And then like the hot charge pipe, that's gonna be pretty easy, I feel like. So I already got some piping for that anyways. So I kind of have an idea what I need to do for the hot charge pipe. So not too worried about it. If I get the turbo to clear, so the outlet, if I can get it to face down and then kind of clear the transmission just enough to where I can have it pointed down in the direction where that space is, I can just have a coupler, my 2.5-inch coupler, go to the pipe, have it go down, have my my blow off valve welded on there for the flange, and then it goes to a 90, and then I have a long 6-inch silicone coupler. So that's my plan. Like, I'll show you. So like see this right here? So this right here, okay? And then Let's see, probably have the blow off valve like right here. You know, something like that. In that direction. That way there it's facing this way. So basically the blow off valve would face toward the radiator. Like that. So, and then put a 6-inch long coupler so it connects to the intercooler, has enough outward length. But yeah. Yep. That's the plan. Right there. I wish someone would make a charge pipe with a Greddy flange. There is. So ESP, well, if he still, I think he still has his hot charge pipe. He does have a flange. You just got to ask for it. He will do a Greddy flange. You just got to ask him. But I've asked him about it. Somebody, I don't know if it was you that mentioned it or somebody else. Somebody wanted a Greddy flange. And he said he'd do it. But you just got to ask for it. So. So, yeah. That'd be interesting, though. You know. Yeah, Elliott Specialized Performance. You just got to email him. Get a hold of him somehow. He's kind of hard to get a hold of sometimes. He has a hot charge pipe that he sells. And he will do, he has the tile flange, and then he does the fucking, the other one there. The fucking, what is it called? The fucking squeaky one. I can't think tonight. But then he can do the fucking Greddy as well. HKS, right? It's called HKS, right? The HKS sequential or whatever it's called. Yeah. I had to think of it as like fucking HKS, I think. I gotta shut that light off over there. Oh, let's see here. Fucking A. Eight 8:20 p.m. Been on for almost 2 hours. Elliott Specialized Performance, my guess. Yeah. Yeah, it's Elliott Specialized Performance. Specialized Performance, yeah. It's I can provide a link. It's right here. Hot pipe. Here's this hot pipe right here. I don't even think he makes it anymore. Never mind. Does he make it anymore? Oh yeah, he does. Says sold out though. Wait a minute, what? It does say sold out, but I think he can still have. He can still get them. It does say sold out though. So I don't know. Let me see here. Here's the link for it. There's the link. My guy welded a Goretti flange into my hot pipe, running Goretti blow-off. How do you like the sound of it? I mean, yeah, that's all you have to really do is just get somebody to weld a fucking flange. It's really not that hard. Just have a good welder that does aluminum welding. That's what I had done on my my hot pipe. My what is it? Fucking Mishimoto. I have Mishimoto hot pipe. And yeah, I like it. So you just gotta have someone that knows how to weld, you know, especially aluminum. Yep. I bet the Goretti RS blow valve sounds interesting though. Yeah, see, I think the HKS is just too. I don't know. I haven't heard it really in person, I guess, but on video it sounds too squeaky for me. I like the Turbo Smart. I don't know if you heard the Turbo Smart blow-off valve, the Turbo Smart Gen 5. I think it sounds perfect. It's louder than the Tile blow-off valve because I think the Tile sounds way too quiet in my opinion. The Turbo Smart has a very similar note as the Tile, but it's just a little bit louder. Yeah, the Race 4 is great. Yeah, I actually ordered another one, so I have a blue one coming, the Turbo Smart. So I have a Turbo Smart. I'm first time trying out the Turbo Smart 45 wastegate coming. So yeah, I get you. Yeah, it's got that iconic sound to it for sure. Turbo Smart, yeah, compact. That's a different blow-off valve though. The compact is like the cheaper one. The Race Port is the one I'm talking about. The Turbo Smart Race Port, 50 millimeter Race Port. It's actually it sounds really good. I don't know if I have any good videos of it. Probably not. But yeah, the Tile's just way too quiet. Especially when you have it in the cold charge pipe. Like that is just a horrible spot, I feel like. I mean, it's not a horrible spot to have it in the cold charge pipe, but the design of where it is, I feel like it's such a bad cramped up area. You know what I mean? It's just so crazy. Like it's right next to the engine there. It's hot. I mean, it's near the oil pan. I don't know. I feel like the design of that could have been improved. You know, but it's whatever. I don't know why CPE, and I think CV Fab even did it. I don't know why they went to a 2.75 cold side pipe to begin with. That makes no sense to me. Because everything else is 2.5 inch. And then the outlet, most big turbo outlets are 2 inch. So it's like you're not gaining nothing going with that bigger pipe. I mean, you can technically run stock pipe, make stock, and the same. You'd literally make the same horsepower with a stock charge pipe. I mean, if it can handle it, like which it generally can, the stock charge piping is 2 inch, up to the connectors, which is 2.5. So, crazy enough, you can run stock charge piping and it'd handle it. I mean, I made 500 horsepower on the wheel at the wheels with it with stock charge piping. I had the hot pipe. I made it. The cold pipe. I had the silicone. Well, no, sorry. For that, I had the fucking blow-off valve on the cold pipe, right? So I must have had the JBR. Did I have the JBR? I must have had the JBR cold side pipe at that time when I did that. I had the tile on there. Well, that was way too quiet. The tile. Couldn't hardly hear it. Yeah, but yeah, the race port, it sounds great. It's my favorite. I don't know. I think it just sounds really like it has a really good tone to it. It's not like high pitched. It's kind of got like a nice aggressive sound to it. It's not overkill either. I don't know. It's to me, it's just a perfect sound. You know, it's not too aggressive, not too much, but it's got enough to where people can hear it if they wanted to. You know, or they'd be like, it would definitely open eyes up. You know what I mean? Like if you're going by and you just want to give a little bit of boost, you know, you can definitely hear it. Definitely. It's a good. It just sucks that the price of all these parts are just keep going up and up and up. Like it's literally so expensive. Between a blow-off valve and a wastegate, um, like I got $140 off from a wastegate that Graveyard Performance had Turbo Smart test because they thought there was defective wastegates, but it wasn't. And it was just the fucking setup on the car. And so what was happening is there was a person, I think, running a 25 series 660 turbo. And because of the back pressure, he had a 14-pound spring on it. And the wastegate on the, so the Turbo Smart wastegate, because it's bigger, the 14-pound spring, it would actually allow the valve to open up and bleed off boost. So he couldn't hit the target number, and they thought that they were having issues with the wastegate, but really all they had to do was go with a stiffer spring, or honestly, I think it's just the setup. I don't know what this guy had for a setup other than that. If he had a restrictive fucking downpipe, like did he have a high flow downpipe or something? There's some back pressure problems there for sure. This guy had some back pressure issues. There was so much back pressure that was literally opening up the wastegate. So I've never heard of that really. So yeah. But yeah, so I got a deal on that because it's used, you know, like 2 miles. So $140 off. But even between that and then getting the blow off valve, it's like $600. You know what I mean? And then you got to get the blow off valve spring kit. That's another $40. Like, it's so expensive for the ship. So but I have my welder, he's coming, I think Sunday. I got a welder that's local. He's going to come here Sunday. I'm going to kind of show him what's going on, what my whole thought process is. And go from there, really. I mean, the thing is, how I'm going to make this work on the Sidewinder, this whole deal, is I'm going to have to piece it together. Like, I'm going to have to go piece by piece to make sure everything is right. You know what I mean? Because I can't just get a bunch of parts and then like, hey, weld this shit together and then get it here and then, oh, it's off by this much. You know what I mean? I want to have it where it's like, okay, this piece is going to get welded to this piece, which is going to be on the V-band, and then I can have it at this angle, and then have this pipe cut at 8 inches or 6 inches cut off here, weld that onto there at that angle, and then I'm going to have a long radius 90 hooked onto there, welded on, not hooked on, welded on, and then what I'll do is I'll take that off, have a, I'm going to have to get a little piece for a wastegate for on the elbow. So, and then probably a little, probably 6 inch, 8 inch section of straight piece, something like that. And then another short radius 90 onto a V-band for the turbine. That's kind of my idea. So that's the idea of it right there. But yeah, so if anybody else has any questions, let me know. Probably gonna get off here. Honestly, didn't even want to get on tonight because I'm like fucking not feeling the greatest. And but I did want to get on and chat with you guys. I'm glad I did come on. It was a great stream. Appreciate you guys being up in here. All the support I get goes right toward this fucking build. So whether you guys shop at cvfab.com, getting stuff like that through them, and using my code BB5 at checkout, that helps out a lot. I'm affiliated with them, so it does support me. So instead of getting like CV Fab products through other companies, that are bigger, it's better to support a small business, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, but or support me, and I greatly appreciate it. So yeah, I mean that, and if you want to support me in another way, you can buy an upgraded purge line or even an upgraded fuel line, and that supports me a little bit right there too, and it also helps you guys out. So I do have one more left for this group buy. So if anybody wants an upgraded purge line, contact me at whiteblurrst@gmail.com. So I'll put it in the chat. Contact me at whiteblurr gmail.com for upgraded purge line or fuel line, or even the high pressure feed line, high pressure fuel pump feed line. But yeah, so you know, that's how you can support the channel, you know. So, but I greatly appreciate it, guys. I think I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you to everybody, Bobby, Douglas, all the channel members, and yeah. So Harris, Sinister, Frank, Fusa, Yeti, Sinister, all you guys, you know, CLD, Michael Good, all you guys coming up in here tonight. Appreciate it very much. This is Alea. Appreciate it. So we'll possibly be on next Friday. We'll see. I don't see why not, honestly. So kind of get back to the routine of doing every Friday probably, and go from there. So thank you guys again, and hopefully you guys have a good weekend, and we'll see you on the next one.